compute, man. Just
Well, to make up for it, you are awesome at casting StarCraft, so that's okay. At the top left, on a map that we have not seen today, and I'm actually really excited that we have a Zerg versus Terran on it. We have on Shakura's plateau to the top left, Strelok in the red colors, and his opponent at the bottom right is Bly, who apparently had a really tough time in his group. I think he's in the last.
Yeah, he's 0-2 right now.
Yeah, he's 0-2.
He's had a tough go of it. He lost to Bishu, he lost to Lucky. And now here he is against Strelok. Now, I guess the other side of this coin is if Bly beats Strelok, that's really bad news for the Ukrainian. And that would put him 1-2 and in danger of elimination.
Right now we have just a little bit of scouting going on. Obviously, Shakura's Plateau is a map where you have to... well, you can go for the very early expansion because you can defend very well. As a Zerg player, it's kind of important that you go scouting because there are a couple of positions where you can start with the proxy hatch, with the proxy barracks, and just put a lot of pressure onto your opponent. So those scouting information that Bly is just getting right now are very, very important. He knows about the first barrack, knows about the timing, will go into the base and realize that there's a gas as well. And at the same time, the Overlord hovers to the left side and tries to get into position at the second base. So everything going smooth for Bly, who is playing really well lately. And that's why I'm actually a little bit surprised that he is 0-2 in his group.
And that drone almost killed the SCV building the barracks. Tried to steal the gas. It's just going to walk out here, scout. Yes, there is a Marine building. Yes, my opponent does have one gas, so I'm going to take the second one and just chill out for a little while. Behind this, Bly has gone hatchery first, hatch gas spawning pool. So this is what the ZVT metagame these days is. It's either hatch gas pool or hatch no gas. For like ever.
I was checking the production tab and I saw the double gas and I'm like, oh, interesting. And then I realized that I'm looking at the gas that he's building right now with the second one. Like, oh god, Khaldor.
I have done that before. I was like, I can very distinctly remember doing that one time in like a Go for SC2 and be like, oh my god, he's got a Baneling bust! And then like, wait a second, he was just stealing the Terran gas.
And it takes 3 Marines to kill a Strelok that is building, so he can continue this game for quite a while, up to the point where the 3rd Marine is out, and that is now.
Yes, it is. Richwarren down for Bly, so it looks like he's only got a little bit of gas, so probably going to be 3 defensive roaches, 3 or 4 defensive roaches against these initial Hellions.
Oh, he's actually building it again.
What?
That is quite the block. It was ages. Well, at least he knows that there's no...
Bly was making a Roachhorn, and then he wasn't making a Roachhorn anymore.
Yeah, he definitely made one.
Yeah, it was like 90% complete. It was behind the minerals here in the main. And now it's gone. So...
I'm a little bit confused because
I don't really
he didn't scout anything in that timing right now.
Yeah, I guess just changing his mind. Says, you know what, I don't want to make these roaches. Could have been... I don't know. I have no idea what to attribute that to. Instead, he just got Zergling speed. He's still mining gas. And I'm confused right now. I'm genuinely unsure of what's taking place.
Well, maybe he really tried to go for some kind of all-Inish attack, and then maybe Don Ragu style going for 7 to 9 roaches and attack, or even go for a roach baneling at some point, and then decided, okay, well, let's just not be too aggressive and just play it standard. That's the only thing that I can come up with right now.
Well, I gotta say, it is pretty awesome for Strelok that Bly canceled that Roach Warren, because look what's going on in this guy's base. He's gonna have double reactored Hellions.
Yep. He is going to have a lot of Hellions, and the last time that I've seen it was... It was on Belcher Beach, Maru against Moro, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, I bet that was hell to cast.
It was actually not that bad. Maru against Moro is not that bad. Mana against Nama is way worse.
Oh, I've done that one.
Mana. That's the one song that was stuck in my mind for like, it was a best of 7 actually, and it went the whole distance, and the whole time I was like...
Oh, that's the most funny thing I've heard all day, Khaldor.
Well, we can't just be happy that Nama is not playing against It starts already. Okay. Well, I like the SimCity. I really like the SimCity for Bly, and I was actually mistaken. It was not the Maru Moro game. It was Idra against Alive. It was the show game at the NASL that Idra kind of threw away. And on one of these maps, Alive went for a double reactor factory Hellion build, and he completely obliterated Idra after the US Zerg was not able to close his wall off.
Queen is in position, but you know what? These Hellions, they're not going to care.
That he has a small gap, but nice. The Zerglings in a good position. And yeah, he kills a lot of them, but still a huge amount of Hellions is able to sneak into the main base, and this could hurt and will hurt.
Oh, man. And right now, Bly is saying, why, oh, why did I cancel my Roach Horn? These Hellions going to do so much damage. Already they've killed...
It's just painful to watch.
Yeah. Oh, look at the drones all stacked up! Oh, Bly. My
Actually,
heart
he is kind of doing okay. I mean, this could have been much worse. He only lost 14 workers. And don't get me wrong, that is still a fair amount of workers that he just lost. But it could have been so much worse. So if you have a quick look at the resources lost, it's kind of even.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over, and it's still pure Ling against pure Hellion.
Yeah, but now he can block. Now he has the Queen. Now he has the Queen with a block, and he can transfuse. That's what he actually should have done earlier. He was in a position where he could wall off completely, and he has 3 Queens, so transfuses wouldn't have been the problem. He could have defended much better against this, but still, he comes out in a position where he's not dead.
Yeah, he's not dead. He's definitely still in this. He's got his Spire on the way.
And look at the amount of Hellions. That's a huge amount of Hellions, and he can't do anything with them.
We'll
Needs
see.
to transfuse, though.
He's going to have to. He'll transfuse. Maybe he's got one more transfuse. But that's going to be it. And then the Hellion... Oh, no! The Queen goes down. Hellion's trying to get through once again. They should probably be focusing the Queen that has energy.
And there, just look at it.
Oh, no, don't leave, Strelok. Why? Why would you leave?
He has to back up. Well, he would have lost at least 2 additional Hellions because there are 2 of them that are already down to the red. He might have lost 3. Then the Zerglings would have been ready. And we have the Spire nearly completed, and there's already the Infestation Pit. So Strelok was lucky enough that he attacked at this point in time because, as you already mentioned, Bly was trying to establish a second Spinecrawler. And with attacking at exactly this point in time, Strelok took down the Spinecrawler as well. But he is not looking too bad.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay. I mean, Strelok's still almost 30 supply ahead. Economically, Strelok's looking great. He's denied any attempts at a third base. Mutas will finally give map control back to Bly, but look at Strelok's main base. He's got a lot of Marines out. He's, in fact, up to 24 Marines right now. eBay's done. I know turret's down anywhere just yet, but third orbital also done. I mean, I'm loving Strelok's position. I would take this position.
Why would you show the Mutalisks?
Yeah, a little silly.
I mean, he just scouted the main base with an Overlord, and he knows that there are no turrets. So why show the Mutalisk and make sure that your opponent is definitely going to produce a couple of turrets?
Yeah, definitely a questionable move. 3 turrets start immediately for Strelok, and now any additional Muta harass can be very, very difficult. There's no Baneling Nest, Khaldor. Infestation Pit is done, though, and energy's far enough along for Infestors to be produced.
This is going to be tough, though. Bly with 90 supply, he's not out of it just yet, but he is in a very, very bad spot, and especially with the Mutalisk not doing any damage to the economy, he is in such a bad position. He's not out of it yet, but the third base for Strelok is going to be built. He has 110 supply. He can just lift up the orbital. That's all he has to do now.
Yep. Just got the paint scuffed a little bit.
Very early hive, though. 13-minute mark, and the hive is nearly done.
Yep. Very, very, very fast hive. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do with that fast hive. I'm guessing Greater Spire.
Yeah, should be Greater Spire. You're right about that. I don't see him going for Ultralisks here.
That would be absolutely silly, in my opinion. If Antigua is a good map for Ultras, then Shikoris is the ultimate map for Broodlords.
Yeah.
Because there's only one path through which you can attack. 11
additional drones are being built, and he's still blocking the third base of Strelok. That's something that he does really, really well. Just blocking the third, making sure the Terran players on 2 bases as well. It's obviously not an ideal situation for Bly, but still, given the fact that so many Hellions were able to sneak into his main base, he is still doing well. 58 Harvesters against 49. Third base being built now. There's the Greater Spire, +2/+2 on its way. Strelok is kind of babysitting his third base as he realizes that Bly won't relent, will just attack and attack and attack over and over again.
Yep, I agree. Greater Spire is started for Bly. And he's making
drones.
a lot of drones
Yeah.
right now. Man,
72 now.
he's really done a good job of, I guess, recognizing when he can go back into drone mode, and his economy is going to be just fine. Because a little bit of a Zergling run by into the natural of Strelok.
Oh yeah, he's actually doing a ton of damage. How many did he kill? Oh, only 3 of them.
Just a handful of SCVs.
I thought he killed more, yeah. 4 of them. It's not too bad for Strelok. At the same time, another... Oh, beautiful fungal! What an amazing fungal! Strelok clusters up his Marines and loses a ton, but oh, pay a little bit more attention to your Infestors.
Lost 11 Marines to that Ravager Infestor.
And we have 157 supply against 106, so Bly with 1,000 gas and 1,000 minerals hasn't maxed out yet.
Yeah.
Well, hasn't used his resources yet. He's still waiting for the Greater Spire. And he doesn't have the Corruptors, does he?
Infestors are so ugly, Khaldor.
Why would you wait for the Greater Spire to finish before you build the Corruptors?
Maybe because you're broke? I don't know.
No, he had 1,000,000.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a mistake. Oh no, and seeing these transferring drones, Strelok's going to be hip to the third base that has been built up in the top right-hand corner of the map. But he doesn't really seem to care. He's just going to push right into the... towards the main base of Bly. Wow, Bly's in trouble, man. He's got Corruptors popping out, but he's going to have to buy himself some time.
And this is a huge problem, and he could have avoided it. He could have Broodlords by now.
Man, +2 barely finishes up, +2 armor, in fact. More for your Broodlords, Bly. There they go, finally.
At the third base, we already... Well, the third base is down. We have those Marines just taking down, and at the top right, there's a 4th. But the Broodlords are not ready just yet, and Bly really... He just missed the timings. He didn't get the Corruptors in time to move the Broodlords immediately after the Greater Spire had been finished. So this is really a huge problem by Bly. Big mister. Yeah,
a couple of mistakes by Bly. Strelok's played a pretty good game. That Hellion opening is so annoying to play against. It...
especially if you don't have any scouting information, he's just going to hit you, and you're standing there and you're like, oh my god.
I mean, it's kind of a gimmicky opening. If for example, you walk into a couple of roaches, then it's quite a bad opening. But in this case, it was a great case. It was a great opening for Strelok. Lings and Broodlords all going to come out at once here, and...
yeah, Bly is pulling it off.
Yeah, I got to make a good shot at breaking out.
But the thing is, even if he is able to take down this army, he is still on 2 bases against 3. The base at the top right has been killed as well. He still has the drones. That's the one thing that he's got going for him. But we have +3 now being researched for the Marines, +2 armor, and this is just looking really, really bad. Strelok didn't make any huge mistakes. He I didn't like that he built too many Hellions after the first attack, because he should have realized that his opponent is going to wall off. But this was just so well played in the end by Strelok.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and he's just all that he needs to do now is finish. Broodlord's going to continue to poke forward and pick off a couple of units here and there where they can. There's a couple of Vikings out, but that's really not enough right now. Oh, and we're going to see another fight here. Marines stimming and running forward. Corruptors trying to focus down the Vikings, but doesn't look like it's working out here. Strelok disengages once again. Does not want to go up that ramp where he's going to have to deal with fungal.
He just doesn't have enough fungals. He doesn't have the energy, and against that many Marines, you need more fungals. You need something, and he just doesn't have it. There are always tanks in the back, and always a couple of the Thor in the front in order to take some damage. The Medivacs as well. He is just completely contained. He's trying to do a double expand again, but Strelok is already aware of at least one of those 2 hatcheries, and Strelok is expanding as well, so he will be on 4 bases.
And I'm so impressed with Strelok's macro. It is just really, really top-notch good.
He's playing so incredibly well against Zerg right now. The games against Lucky were also really great. But this match just shows once again how strong Strelok really is. Taking down the base that has been built at the top right, and I think we can expect a GG by Bly very soon. I
mean, it's one thing to keep your money low, but Strelok keeps his money low by building 1 unit at a time. Like, he's never got extra units queued up. It's perfect Terran macro. It's really nice to watch. He is going to continue pushing into this natural expansion, cleaning up the vast majority, actually the entirety, it looks like, of Bly's army. More Vikings showing up finally. 2 upgrades now for Strelok. At the same time, +3 attack is going to finish soon, and he is just pushing forward. This is just something. This is brute force, and he is going to win it because he has the economy to sustain this army. Very well played by Strelok, and Bly. GG's out.